channel. My name is Sarah. If we haven't met yet, I'm so glad to have you. Today, I wanted to talk about scheduling. I feel like planning has been a very important evolution for me because when I was younger, I felt like I was like a free spirit and I shouldn't plan anything because that ruined all the fun. And that ended up kind of paralyzing me because I found out later in life, like pretty recently, that I do need structure. And so then I swung the other way. Like I tried to structure everything. I did those lists where you're like 6 a.m., wake up, 6:30, this and that. And I'm starting to understand that that doesn't work for me either, because when I'm too scheduled, if I miss something, I feel like I've blown up my whole day, and that kind of stops my momentum, and I don't know, I end up getting less done. It's very weird. And then when I have no schedule, I just kind of think, oh, well, I'll do this later. I'll do this later. I'll do this tomorrow. And then that ends up being problematic because, as you know, life happens and it doesn't always work the way you want it to work. So I'm kind of finding this happy medium where I'm scheduled, but not over scheduled. And I found a lot of freedom in this. And so I just wanted to share this with you guys. I wanted to show you guys a little bit about my planner and like why I do things the way I do them. And then I just wanted to show you kind of a brief plan with me for July so that y'all could see how this actually works in real life. The very first thing that I wanted to show you, if you guys know Rachel Hollis, she's really awesome. She has done a lot in her life and she is very structured. And so in like a moment of optimism, I was at Target and I saw one of her planners, and so I bought it because I thought maybe I just haven't found the right completely uber structured system. And so I tried it, you guys. I tried it May, and then it didn't. Let me just show you. Okay, so this is the Rachel Hollis Start Today journal. This is like her 5 to Thrive thing. You can talk about your empowering belief, you do your tasks, you like do a lot of journaling basically, which I'm not opposed to. But then she starts out with scheduling like this, and she wakes up at 5 and she goes to sleep at like 9:30. And this distresses me because I'm a night owl and I wish that there wouldn't have been times scheduled in. I wish that would have been blank. So that stressed me out from the beginning. And then at the beginning of every month, she has this little calendar. And as you can see, I started it in May, at the very beginning of May. And then I ended up not filling out enough pages and I felt like it was a waste. So I rescheduled for June because this is just 3 months in here. Her whole point is for you to have a goal and then go for it. So I rescheduled for June, refilled out all the dates. Then July came and I still hadn't really gotten all that far. So then I was going to reschedule for July. And then I thought, you know what? This does not work for me. So anyway, one day maybe I'll have enough together to have it really detailed like that. And definitely if we get to a point where like I have 6 or 7 hours alone, like when the kids are at school again, maybe I could rethink that. But just for now, there's too much chaos. So I went back to my old planner, which has served me very well. And please excuse it because a dog has chewed on it and also a child spilled water on the table and it got saturated. So it doesn't look pretty, but it works. So I'll show you how I'm doing things now. Okay, so this is what the journal looks like in the front, just basic. And then this is what the monthly spread looks like. I very much enjoy that the boxes for the days are big enough that you can get a lot done there. And then I like that there's like a lot of empty room for you to just kind of personalize this the way you want. Then you go over here to the weekly spreads. And as you can see, there's some of it is bulleted and some of it's blank. And they're nice big pages. And see, water damage everywhere. But anyway, there is a little section here for you to do a daily habit tracker. And then what I've been doing is I have been putting my personal things that I wanted to do in the blank spots, and then all of my YouTube things that I wanted to do in the bullets. And so I really like this journal. I think that there is so much space for you to, again, make it your own, and like it's a very functional. So I figured out that if I don't schedule in family time, time with my kids, time with my husband, just those fun things, and have a little bit of a structure there, I'll just keep putting stuff up like, oh, we were gonna watch a movie. Oh, I'm tired. We'll do it the next day. Things like that. Having a schedule kind of keeps me accountable. And before you're like, oh, you shouldn't have to schedule time with your family, you should want to do that. Yes, I do. But also, I don't know if you're like me, but by the end of the day, I'm very tired. And during the day, there's a lot going on that I have to do. And so, yes, I absolutely always want to spend time with them. But also, for me, it really helps to be intentional about it. So we have had this schedule for a couple of weeks, and I really like it, but I think it's almost too structured. We have stuff going on every single night. And so I decided to pull out the Tuesday game night because there's just too much going on. So Monday is movie night, Wednesday is video games. Thursday, we don't have anything going on, just it's like a time for the kids to work on gymnastics. We have a bar and we have like different things for them to work on. And then Friday night is our family game night, Saturday night is date night, and then Sunday night is a time where we all go play sports in the field by the park. For my kids, I also have each day a subject that they can focus on. I'll print out math sheets or we'll do an experiment. Every day is really a reading day. They have to read 20 minutes Monday through Friday. And I am trying to spend daily time with them reading, which is one of those things that I've always idealized. I think it's super, super, super important. So even though I haven't always gotten it done daily, that's something that I'm really trying to push, at least Monday through Friday. So the way I lay out my planning is that I plan out my YouTube. I try not to be very strict about this, but I plan out content, and I'll show you how I do that. I plan out time with my kids. I'll show you how I do that. And I plan out time with my husband. So I think that it's easiest to just start with time with my husband. Saturday night is our date night. Even before COVID, we really didn't go out a whole ton, but we tried to make it a night where the kids go to bed early and where we can like have a late dinner together, play games we both love, like board games and card games, and just hang out with each other and not talk about anything parenting related, nothing, just like hang out and have fun. So that is something that's still going on with COVID on Saturday nights. That's date night. And I was just reminded of Chandler.
So, Saturday night, the big night, date night, Saturday night, Saturday night.
So that goes on the calendar. Once I've got time spent with Kwame scheduled and time with the kids scheduled, then I schedule out my YouTube content. In the month of July, I'm working to do 3 videos for YouTube a week. So on the big month spread, I'll just write those in, and then on the weekly schedule, that's when I'll get into like the content and the different things that I need to remember when I'm making those videos. When things are normal, I put other things on the monthly spread, like doctor's appointments, when I'm going grocery shopping, hanging out with friends. But since there's not a ton of that going on, I'm just not even worrying about that right now. So now let me show you how I break down the week. I'll just do this week of July to just show you what it looks like. This is all for one video. And then I also was working on another video where I am organizing my kitchen. And then I needed to do an intro for that video. And then for my real life, the personal stuff, I needed to read with the kids, exercise, I've been doing yoga with Abigail quite a bit. We've been swimming almost every day. Water the outside plants because it's Houston and it's 1,000 degrees outside. Tonight is my night to make dinner, and then I also need to clean the kitchen. And then this is our movie night. I do a couple of other daily things, like I try to make my bed every day and then I wipe down the bathroom every day. But those aren't things that I need to put on my to-do list because I like it to look pretty simple and clean and not overwhelming. This is how Tuesday shaped up with the things that I needed to do here and then my YouTube stuff here. Here we have the plan for Wednesday. Here we have Thursday. I just have this kind of sectioned off because this is one video I'm working on, and then this is an ongoing video for Sunday. So here we have Friday. This is about the same as the rest of the week, except on Friday I'm doing the planning. So I'll plan the next week for the family and the things that I need to do. And then I'll also finalize next week's YouTube videos so that I can start getting a schedule. So here we have Saturday. I'm not sure what I'll be filming for Tuesday, but I know that I need to start filming for that on Saturday because Sunday I don't do very much at all. As you can see, Sunday is pretty light. I don't do much for YouTube, if anything. And then as far as what I'm doing during the day, I try to make it pretty low maintenance. I like using this little daily habit tracker, but it's not the same from week to week. And then I like that there's this big spot right here where if I have ideas for YouTube videos, that's where I usually write them. And yeah, this is what she looks like. So that's basically how I schedule my week. But I feel like this is a very effective way of balancing my mental health because when things are chaotic, it really affects me. And I don't know, it's weird, but I will forget to do things that are very nourishing for me. So like I have in there meditating and quiet time and reading. I have that on my daily tracker because that is going to nourish me. Making art is something that I try to schedule in regularly because that also, for whatever reason, just makes me feel very replenished. And then it sounds odd, but like having my house clean and knowing that I'm spending regular time with my kids and my husband, that affects my mental health in a very positive way. So that's why I like to keep it written down because sometimes you'll find that you can put things off to such an extent that you look back and you think, when was the last time that I like really had quality time with this person or with myself? So I like having that scheduled. And then for YouTube, definitely that's something where you kind of have to keep a schedule. I used to not in the beginning, but I've learned better. Another thing that I forgot to mention, but at the beginning of every month, I just brainstorm or brain dump, whatever you want to call it, and I write down every single thing that I need to do or that's kind of on my mind, things that I want to accomplish. And then I kind of piece that into the month and then into the weeks. So that really helps me because one source of stress is knowing things that you need to do or feeling like a guilt that certain things aren't getting done. So I find just getting it all on paper and writing it out is the most effective way. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if you want to share how you schedule things out. That would be cool too. I want to thank all of you so much for just showing up and being such a support on my channel. I have moments where I just really think like this is so hard, or maybe I'm just not built for this YouTube life. And the fact that you show up and support me and watch my videos, like and comment, those are all things that just make me feel like I'm connected to you guys. I'm part of such an awesome community. So I appreciate you and I love you, and I'll see you next time.